Would you mind horribly? Would you mind horribly if I slid you up there? Thank you. Put you in the heat. I know why you're there. Thank you. They've got the right idea. Welcome to Bikram Yoga. Toes and heels together at the top of the talar mat. Standing pose. Kind of ready, set, go in Bikram Yoga, right? Get you right into it. Take a moment, establish standing pose. Let this be your integration series today. Let's get right into it. Interlace the fingers, place the knuckles under the chin, cross the thumbs, tips of the thumbs are in contact with the throat, elbows together, exhale through the nose. Inhale, long, slow flow. Use the full 6 seconds, move the arms and breath together, frame the face, draw the belly in tightly at the top, drop the head back and exhale. Strong, consistent 6-second ha sound, touching the elbows as the lungs drain. Inhale, press the chin into the knuckles, changing the gaze slowly. So I want you all to get the feeling the elbows are just going to float in the same place. Let them stick right here. Drop the head all the way back in one motion. Exhale, look all the way. Just drop your head back. So you just drop it right back. Inhale, change the gaze slowly. Press the chin into the knuckles. So we're all going to just settle into being in a yoga practice right now. Frame the face. Exhale, head drops back in one motion so the elbows stay high and forward. Perfect. Now you've really got to be patient here. Inhale, press the chin into the knuckles and change the gaze slowly. See how much slower you have to change the gaze? Exhale. Straight spine. End with a tight grip, elbows high and forward. Inhale. Exhale, and that's all I really want to say. Let the mind vanish into your process, into your breath, into your Bikram yoga practice. Inhale, that is what it is. Long, slow flow, that's what we're looking for. Exhale, super experienced room. I'm going to treat you guys like you are an experienced yoga class today. Keep it strong. Inhale, so it doesn't fade away. It's strong and consistent all the way to the top. It rings. Exhale. And it's strong and consistent till the lungs are dry. Inhale, last one. There you go. That's forever and ever and ever now. Soften your traps. Exhale, last one. Fall into the exhale. Strong, consistent, complete. Stay there. Arms at your side, eyes in the mirror, rolling the shoulders out if you need to, only if you need to. There's no reason to do it if there's not a reason to. Second set, interlace opposite pinky in front, knuckles under the chin, cross the thumbs, tips of the thumbs with the throat, elbows together, exhale through the nose. Inhale, just strong, focused breath, consistent pranayama, deep breathing. Exhale. Inhale, find my flow. This is no less vinyasa than our power yoga, folks. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Don't worry about making mistakes. Inhale. Exhale. Into the gap. Arms at your side, eyes in the mirror. Again, rolling the shoulders out if you need to, but only if you need to. Inhale the arms over the head, interlace the fingers, extend the index fingers, and cross the thumbs. With your chin up and biceps back behind the ears, stretch up, locking the arms out from the elbows. Get a good tight Bikram grip. Thank you for doing that. And then come down to the right and to the left. So the grip is a big deal. All these little things are not really little things at all. I call it long and strong. You're lifted, you're locked out, you're lengthening through the right and through the left side of the body. No circles, no forward back today. And just come back up to a center position. So a lot of y'all need to bring your chin up and really bring your arms back. It's like you want to bring the back of the head onto or into the wall and the arms into the wall. The weight should be in the heels here. And then squeeze the palms tightly from the elbows. Pull with the right arm, press your hips out to the left. Carrying more where your hard stop is with the right shoulder than how far down you come. It's a really big deal to me, folks, with these experienced practices. If you come past your hard stop, you can't feel it. It's like it's like it never existed. So we care about, it's almost like you want to come into it as little as possible to feel the benefit, and then just start to ease it open, start to open the chest up, tucking the shoulder under, pushing the hip out, pushing the middle ribs out. But both shoulders have to stay flat on the wall, trying to bring your middle thoracic spine flat onto the wall. Push through the left heel, hip out, ribs out, arms back, chin up for the last part, and come back up to a center position. Every time in the center position, chin up, arms back, stretch up, glue your palms tightly from the elbows. Pull with the left arm, press your hips out. Don't let the left shoulder come back even a little bit. So both shoulders stay on the wall, back of the head and the arms on the wall. Keeping your hips isolated. So it's a, nope, I don't want you to do it. I want you to just to lift through the chest and bring your chin up. Bring your arms back more onto the wall. Feel that opening through your back right there? Now push your hips out. Push through the right heel, like my hand's on your hip. Push it away. Make sure you're not twisting from the hips. Have to stay square too. So it's either left shoulder starts to come back, come forward, come back a little bit, or the right hip does. We don't want either one of those two things to happen. And then come back up to a center position. Drop the head back easily as if it's on a hinge. Shake it out a little bit if you want to or feel like you need to. Lift through your thighs. Draw your low abs in and inhale into the back bend. I want you to look back, reaching to the ceiling, go back, reaching to the ceiling, and then bring your arms back last and really go back. Active thighs support the sacrum, and you must be breathing right now to be practicing the yoga because it's a breath exercise. Awareness of breath, control of breath. There's no hold of the breath here. It can be tiny baby sips of breath. Beautiful supported back bends, guys. Nice, nice, and nice. Excellent. And lift through the chest. Some really nice backward bending there for first set. Come back up. Come back up. Inhale, stretch up, lock your arms out from the elbows. Flat back, hips to fingertips. Hinge at the hips and fold. Chin away from chest, biceps behind the ears. The dialogue does say bend the knees. Almost everybody in this room should be bending them a lot. So even as you get close to the floor, separate your hands. I'm not dropping the chin or dropping the arms. Walk it out here, guys. Get your little back release in. Really big deal, that flat back up and down to me. Chin away from chest all the way up, all the way down. And then cup the heels from behind. Bend the knees as much as you need to get the torso on the thighs. Step on your fingertips. Squeeze the knees together with the elbows. Tuck the chin under the knees. And then lift the hips up. Pull the forehead into the shins. Forehead to shin contact. So we want that really nice, tight, compact posture feeling here. All these Bikram postures are tight, compact postures. So the torso's tight in contact with the thighs. The forehead's tight in contact with the shins. Squeezing the elbows, squeezing the knees tightly together if the body allows. Lift it up a little bit more. Pull it forward into the big toes. Lift it up into the big toes. And then release, arms with ears. That looks good. Chin away from chest. Come up with a flat back and inhale up. Everybody just inhale up. Exhale your arms to your side. And let the posture wash through the body like a wave of energy. Let it go with the breath. Standing pose. Second set, inhale the arms over the head, opposite pinky in front, chin up, arms back, stretch up, glue your palms tightly from the elbows, and pull with the right arm, press your hips out. Right shoulder forward, left hip forward. Flat, so don't let the right shoulder come back even a little bit. It's like you're lifting the right middle rib cage to lift the left middle rib cage. The dialogue says lift the chest. It's a little bit different. Sapna, you're coming past bringing it too far forward. I'd rather you bring it too far forward than too far back, but ideally we're just flat on that wall here. Always thinking about what the posture's doing for you in Bikram yoga. It's never how far down you can come. Where's your work? Lift up here. Just stronger, just stronger. Now squeeze the palms. Squeeze this from your elbows. And then come back up. If I can do it, you can do it. Chin up, arms back, stretch up, glue your palms tightly from the elbows. It's a big deal. Pull with the left arm and press your hips out. Keep the left shoulder forward and the right hip forward and be curious. Where's that hard stop? Where's that hard end feel today? And then that's where your work is. It's not going past that. Much better. Now, wherever you're at, I want you to lift through the chest and bring your chin up and arms back and try to get longer and flatter as you do onto your wall as you push the hips away. Back of the head on the arms, back of the arms on the wall, and come back up to a center position. Drop the head back easily as if it's on a hinge. Shake it out a little bit if you want to, or feel as if you need to. Lift the thighs. Inhale into your backward bends. Draw the low abs in. Inhale into the chest as you go back. Bring the arms back, last opening the upper back, and then lift the chest up. Push your hips forward. Keep the thighs active. And once again, just a reminder, you really must be breathing to be practicing the yoga right now because the breath is the most important part of the class. And lift through the chest. Come back up. Inhale, stretch up, lock the arms out from the elbows and hinge at the hips and fold, bend the knees as much as you need to keep the back flat, chin away from chest all the way to the floor. So it's arms with ears all the way down. And then walk it out, squat it out. This is our integration series. It's not just the first standing pose. This is our integration series. So just settling in, where do you feel good? Where do you need attention? And then bend the knees, squat down, bring the chest onto the thighs, try to cup the heels from behind. Squeeze the knees together with the elbows, tuck the chin under the knees, and lift the hips up, pull the forehead into the shins. Try to make contact, bring the weight forward, so squeeze the knees tightly together. Pull straight up on the heels. A couple of you have pretty straight legs here. If they're almost straight, if you can straighten them, don't tear your hamstrings apart, but go ahead and straighten them all the way. 2 of you. And bring the weight further forward if your legs are pretty straight. But that's not really the goal. The goal is torso to thigh. Do you like the weight forward? So let's go ahead and touch. Touch. You can touch. And release. Chin away from chest. Arms with ears so the back is flat. Inhale. Come up together. Flat back up. All the way up with inhale. Stay there, Pamela. Exhale. Arms to your side. And once again, just let the posture wash through the body like a wave of energy. Your job right now is to let it go with the breath. Step 6 inches to the right, heels behind the toes, the feet are a H, not a V. Bring the arms up in front of you, shoulder height, shoulder width. Why did you move back? I'm just curious. Lift through the chest and sit back, exhale. You're in a hot yoga room. It's supposed to be hot. You're also not supposed to think about it. I'm so indifferent to heat in these rooms. Sometimes I don't, it's just not part of it to me. Sit back, lift the chest up, if it doesn't matter if it's hot. Sit back, it doesn't matter if it's a cooler room. It matters that we're here to practice our yoga today. Transcend all that. That's part of it, is transcending that whole thing, hot or cold. And come back up onto the tips of the big toes. If you have to sit down, you have to sit down. Lift the knees to lift the heels, tuck the tailbone so the back's flat on the wall, and descend your imaginary wall. I think you should work to the point that you need to use the dead pose. So the heat's a big part of that process for a lot of students. You don't have the heat, that's not going to happen. Lift the knees to lift the heels. The surrender is what this whole thing is about, folks. Push your upper back flat on the wall. That's okay. Second set's going to go a little smoother. Rock down. Keep your arms locked out. Please come back up an inch or two only with the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs and knees very tightly together. Tuck the tailbone, push your back onto the wall, and descend your imaginary wall. Slide down your imaginary wall. Keep your upper back on the wall, pointing the knees down. You don't have to stop the car, just slow it down. So come below the sticky spot. That's it. And push against the wall to come back up. Squeeze and push. Use your wall back up. When you are up, rock down. Don't hurry. Right foot back to left. Arms at your side. Eyes in the mirror, not on the floor. Standing pose. Be present with what you're doing. It's going perfectly. Step 6 inches to the right. Let's knock our second set out. Bring the arms up in front of you. Round your shoulders forward. Lift your chest. Inhale. Sit back. Exhale. Way back. Sit way back in the second set. Make the biggest Cobra spine, or really back bend, that you can. Weight in the heels. Bring your toes up. Bring the balls of the feet up off the floor. So you have to reach or you fall back on your buttocks. Like your barefoot water skiing. Arms up, arms up. Sit down now. Come on all the way back. Last part. And come back up. Beautiful holds. Come back onto the tips of the big toes. Knees up, heels up. Lift the pubic bone, the navel, so the whole back is on the wall, and come down your imaginary wall. Lift the knees, lift the heels. Upper back on the wall, descending your wall. Stretch the arches of your feet open. It's a major source of low back problems. That's really the only reason this posture is here. The dialogue is you must concentrate and meditate. It's a focused posture. This looks perfect. That's your work. Your work is where it is right now. And then heels high, push against the wall to come back up. You don't have to push that limit. When you're up, rock down. Keep your arms locked. Come back up an inch or two only. Squeeze the inner thighs and knees tightly together. Tuck the tailbone, push your back onto a wall, and descend your imaginary wall. Point the knees down and forward towards the floor. So we want to use the stability and the support that imaginary wall offers you. Come on down. Like you've done it since you're a little kid and you can do it. Point your knees to the floor and come on down. Come all the way down. Come on down, come on down, come on down, come on down. You can do it. And squeeze and push against the wall. Push, Perla. Use the squeeze to come up. When you're up, rock down. Right foot back to left. Arms at your side. Eyes in the mirror. Face is soft. The jaw is relaxed. The breath is finding its own natural relaxed rhythm here. Eagle pose. Inhale the arms over the head. Long arms. So bring them out, back and up. Get a good grip. And then right arm under the left arm. Own your space, please. Arms down, elbows down, sit down deep into a chair with your chest lifted. Push your buttocks back behind you. Chest up high, balance low. Bring the right leg up and over the left leg. It's like the tailbone is weighted with lead. As you lift the chest, sit down into that feeling, bringing the knees to the right. So coil your spring. Sit down and bring the knees to the right as you lift the chest. It gets easier as you go deeper. Chest up, shoulders still, don't get impatient. Change, come back up, inhale, long arms up, looking forward, left arm under the right arm. Again, arms down, elbows down, sit down deep and lift your chest high, balance low, weighted tailbone, left leg up and over the right leg. Easing your way into the asana. Knees come to the left, lift through your chest, find that low center of gravity as you ease your way into your asana. Come on down into it. Now lift your chest. Perfect. Change, come back up. Inhale the arms up. Let's standardize that, please. Right arm under the left arm. Once again, arms down, elbows down, sit down, get a nice deep chair, chest lifted, push your butt way back behind you, lift your chest up, balance low. Right leg up and over. So once you get that balance point, I don't want you to lose it. We don't come out of a posture to go deeper into a posture. So really working the bases here. As you ease your way into the asana, the knees will come to the right. Come on down into it, knees to the right. It's just tight hips. All the water sports. And change, come back up. Inhale the arms up, long arms, stay with me. Left arm under the right arm. Arms down, elbows down, sit down deep into a chair pose. Push your buttocks back, lift your chest up, and bring the left leg up and over the right leg. So stay low. You popped way down and then stood back up. So I don't want you to sit down and stand back up. I don't want you to lift the chest and drop it and then lift it back up. I just want you to get a good solid base and left leg up and over the right leg. That's all. There's no twisting. There's no forcing. And then ease your way into the asana. Sit down as you lift the chest, keeping the shoulders nice and square to the mirror and to the floor. Change, come back up. Inhale, long arms up. Keep the eyes off the floor, please. Relax your arms to your side. Standing pose. Couldn't be going any better. I like the standardized and mechanical. Left foot lock, leg lock. Pick up the right leg, thigh parallel, foot under the knee, toes flexing back towards your face and round down. Thumbs with the fingers around the ball of the foot. Get a nice tight grip. Ideally, the eyes are staying off the floor, and for some people, it's harder to hold the base than it is to extend. I would be in that category. It's harder for me to hold the base here than to kick it out. I encourage you to hold the base. If you want to extend early and you know you can hold it, you're welcome to, but the base is a different posture. I like it that you hold it for the first 30 seconds, really intensely working your core here. Extend here if you know you can maintain it. Extend your right heel forward. And again, around here, that's well trained, holding that nice base. Bend the elbows and round down. Some Bikram teachers are really impatient to come into it early. The base, there's so much benefit in base. And then bend the elbows, round down. Just stay right there, stand and stretch. Lock your left leg. Try to lock the left leg. Whatever else you do, birthday girl, lock your, nope, don't come out of it. Just lock your left leg. and come back out of it one step at a time through a base. No judgment, please. The standing pose. Bikram will call people names. He'll yell at you if you don't lock the base leg in this posture. He's really a nasty man. Lock the right leg like a lamppost, foot lock, leg lock. Pick up the left leg, thigh parallel, foot under the knee, toes flexing back. But it's sure powerful yoga. Round down, thumbs with the fingers around the ball of the foot. I wish we'd call it Bishnu Ghosh yoga, but no one knows what that is. And just hold your good base. We're identifying a product, right? Foot lock, leg lock. He is not the product. He is the problem. Lift the chest. Keep your abdominals strong. Ego. That's what yoga is not about, is ego. So just find a nice stability here. Lock your base leg. This is what I'm trying to get you to encourage you to do, is lock your leg. There you go. And extend here. If you want to extend, that's what I wanted. You just did it. So extend. And that's going to help you to lock your left leg. As soon as you get the base leg locked, to me, it's like there's energy coming up through your heel and out through the left heel in the front mirror on this side. So get grounded through the right heel. Send energy out through your left heel. Why are you not extending? Don't, because you didn't on the other side, but you should be extending here because you can maintain it. Bend your elbows and pull it up a little bit higher. Pull your whole leg up. Pull your whole leg up. Kick it out. Go ahead and kick it out. You did it on the other side. Don't be afraid to stand and stretch. Just lift your chest and stay right here. Stand and stretch. Stand and stretch. And come out one step at a time through a good base to a standing pose. Left leg locks. Pick up the right leg. Thigh parallel, foot under the knee, toes flexing back, round down. Just do it. Don't talk to yourself about doing it. No resistance. Resistance isn't going to help you do it better. Get a good grip, right thigh parallel. So you're rounding forward to get the thigh parallel. And if you have a good grip, extend your right heel forward to the front of the yoga class. So you got to bend your elbows and pick your leg up. I want to just pick it up with your biceps. There. And really pull. Stand and stretch. Perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. Just stay right there. Lock your left leg to try to lock your right leg. If it is, bend the elbows. If you've got forehead to knee, really lifting the leg up. Nice, John. One step at a time. Hold the leg up. Come out slowly through a good base, everybody. Standing pose. Right leg locks, foot lock, leg lock. Pick up the left leg, thigh parallel, foot under the knee, toes flexing back, and round down, thumbs with the fingers around the ball of the foot. Keep the left leg locked, foot under the knee, toes flexing back. Grab a little higher on your foot. There's a reason why. And extend the left heel forward to the front mirror. So I'm just going to be repetitive. The right leg lock is more important than extending the left leg. Beautiful. And that's where your work is. If you can pick it up a little bit higher and stretch a little more, that's fine. Perfect. Look at you. Bend the elbows and pull. Just stand and stretch. Extend your heel forward. And just stand it. Where is your work? So lift the chest into that. And where is your work today? I know. I hear you. And come back slowly. So where's your work today? So you don't have to go that deep on that side, right? And standing pose. So that's where is your work? Do no harm is always rule number one, folks. Where is your work today in each posture? Left hand reaches up, right elbow on the right hip, palm faces up. Bring the right hand straight back behind you. Pick up the right ankle from the inside without twisting your wrist. Touch your knees together. Keep it nice and tight down the middle of the mat and kick back and reach for it. Open your shoulders first. Lift your chest, kick back, kick back, kick back, kick back, kick up. It's kind of like the bow. You kick back to kick up on the floor. You kick back to kick up here. And then pick it up, kick it up. Left shoulder to the chin is the dialogue here. Left shoulder to the chin. To me, that's reaching to my third eye in the front mirror. I'd like everybody to kick so hard you can only fall forward. There's no option of falling back. And a pop forward is a good fall, Mike. Lift into it. So if you do fall, you start over with a good base and be determined to hold. So both hands high. Bring both hands high. All the way up to your forehead high. All the way up to your forehead high. And reach to the ceiling to come out nicely with the chest lifted. Bring the knee in. And standing pose. Right hand reaches up. Left elbow on the left hip. Palm up. Bring the left hand back behind you. Pick up the ankle from the inside. Touch your knees together. And again, open the bow up first. Kick back, reach forward. Make the left shoulder vanish behind the right. So what? Palm down to the floor. And I want there's your. And then just keep the chest lifted. Don't drop the chest and kick so hard you can only fall forward. That's the key. Kick so hard, so consistently that you can only fall forward. And then like our first 1 minute half moon, you're lifting the chest, you're constantly kicking a little more and reaching, easing the door open, letting the body come forward. Again, the kick has to be consistent. You have to be kicking hard enough that you can only fall forward to maintain the posture. And come out nicely with a reach to the ceiling, lift through the chest. Beautiful work, guys. Standing pose. Just really nice work everywhere in the yoga room right now. Bring the heart rate down in standing pose so you can do the second set. That's the yoga, really. Left hand reaches up, right elbow on the right hip, palm up. Bring the right hand back behind you. Pick up the right ankle from the inside without twisting your wrist. Thumbs with the fingers, touch your knees together. Open your shoulders. First, bring your knee in, Sean. Lift your chest and bring your knee in. So kick straight back, reach straight forward. Open your archer's bow first. I literally try to make my right shoulder vanish behind my left before anything else happens. I lift my chest, reach forward, kick back. Biggest back bend I can create, biggest warrior two shoulders, and then drive. Lift the chest up and allow the body to come forward with the power of the kick. Left shoulder stays in the chin as your counterbalance. Sometimes I'll try to reach hard when I'm kicking to get myself to kick harder in this posture. And reach for your base. Come out nicely. Please come out nicely. Sing the last note well. Standing pose. No judgment. Just standing pose now. Standing pose finished on that side. Just standing pose. Right hand reaches up. Left elbow on the left hip. Palm up. Bring the left hand back behind you. Pick up the ankle from the inside. Once again, touch the knees together. Shoulders should already be opening. Reach forward. Kick back. Big standing bow. Lift the chest to open up the bow. I can't emphasize it enough. I see students come in and be in a big hurry to drop your chest, and you can see the weight come forward. You're lifting the chest. You're driving the body open. You're reaching the body open. You're kicking so hard as you lift the chest and bring the right shoulder to chin. You can only fall forward. There's no other option because of the consistency and the power of the kick. And come out nicely, reaching for the ceiling. Don't be in a hurry to come out. Standing pose. There you go. Please don't turn your back on your reflection or look at the floor. Move to the back of the towel or mat. Inhale your arms over that. Interlace the fingers. Extend the index fingers. Cross the thumbs. Chin up. Arms back like our first posture. Get a good grip and step forward on the right leg. Bring your left foot up off the floor. Keep the foot flat. Hip rotated down and pivot. Chin away from the chest. Lifting to lengthen. Third eye drishti. So point at your forehead. All the way up. Point at your forehead, folks. Lift your leg up to bring the body forward. Lift your leg up to bring the body forward. And change. Nice. Come back up. Step the right leg back. Chin up. Arms back. Lock it out here and step forward on the left leg. Bring your right foot up. Keep the foot flat. And pivot. Chin away from chest. Lift the arms. Lift the leg. Get nice and long down the mat, everybody. Beautiful. Stay right there. Third eye drishti. Change. Come back up. Step back on the left leg. Bring your arms to your side. That's an ashram trained class there. Everybody using the front mirror. I love it. Use your front mirror. Second set. Inhale the arms over that. Opposite pinky in front. Change your grip. It uses a different part of your brain. Chin up, arms back, squeeze the palm. Step forward on the right leg. Bring the left foot up off of the floor. You're going to lift to lengthen, engaging your core strength. Pivot. Lift the leg to bring the body forward as you lift the chest. So I really, really like the gaze in the mirror up over the knuckle. Just like our Warrior 3, folks, it helps the upper back flatten, arms up. Almost everybody's doing it. And change. Come back up. Step the right leg back at least 3 to 4 feet forward on the floor. Lock it out first. Step forward on the left leg. Bring the right foot up. And pivot. Lift the leg. Chin away from chest, stretching forward and back. Just do it. Know that you're lifting a heavy weight. You're lifting the body weight, and just do it. Lift the heavy weight and stretch long. Lift into it, Mike. Legs heavy, legs heavy, legs heavy. Change. Come back up, step back, arms at your side, and all that matters now is your standing pose. Pivot to the left, please, 90 degrees. Inhale the arms over that. Touch your palms together. Step 4 feet for most of you to the right, arms parallel to the floor, 4 feet-ish. Turn the toes in so you're pigeon-toed if it's healthy for your knees. Swan dive down with your chin away from the chest, keeping the upper back flat all the way to the floor. Keep the upper back flat, chin away from chest, and slide your hands down the back of the legs, trying to cup your heels from behind. If you can get the sides of the feet, probably you can work them behind your heels. Just keep trying. Get some tight hamstrings around here. So lift the hips and pull. For some of you, you're going to be touching the forehead all the way between the heels. For others, you're going to be looking out ahead of the toes. It doesn't matter where your work is, so I want you to slide your hands around the outsides of your feet, cup your heels, and look even deeper. So if you're close to touching, go ahead and touch. Bring your chin away from your chest, flat back. I want this flat. You're just really tight. That's where your work is. This is going to open up. This probably feels really good. And change. Arms to the side, chin away from chest. Come up with a flat back. Be in flow, not in a hurry. Right foot back to left, arms over your head. Relax your arms down to your side. We taught a 90-minute class last week. Don't worry, we're not going to this week, Perla. So just one set here, staying with our 75-minute theme. Inhale the arms over the head. It wasn't as popular as I was expecting it to be. Step to the right, arms parallel to the floor. You're all used to 75 minutes. Pivot out on the right heel. Lunge into the right leg, keeping the right hip forward, so am I. Palms forward, chin to back, left shoulder, and tilt. I'm not sure that that's good. Elbow to knee contact. Push the knee back, lift through the back thigh. 90 minutes is a long time in a hot yoga sequence, an intense hot yoga sequence. That's the truth. But is there something that there is to be found in the extremity of the 90-minute Bikram class? And absolutely there is. Absolutely there is. Lift through the back thigh. I don't know that I would have found what I found in Bikram yoga without it. Hold the lunge and come back up, and irresponsibly hot classes. Straighten the right leg, right toes in, left toes out. That's also the truth. Lunge into the left leg, keep the left hip forward, palms forward, chin to back, right shoulder, and tilt. We do need the heat. This wouldn't be safe to do this yoga without the heat, but it can't be irresponsibly hot. Do no harm is always rule number one. It's not the torture chamber or whatever else he labels as hot yoga rooms in Acapulco. Push the knee back, lift the chest up. People go to the hospital for heat exhaustion the first day of training, all the trainings, multiple people. Hold the lunge and come back up. That's not good. Hold the lunge. Straighten the left leg, left toes in, right foot back to left, arms over your head. Relax your arms down to your side. Tell the truth. Do no harm. Don't judge. Yoga kind of starts there. Second set, inhale the arms over the head. Step to the right, 4 feet, arms parallel. Pivot out on the right heel, lunge into the right leg, keep your hip forward, palms forward, chin to back, left shoulder, tilt. Elbow to knee. Chin to shoulders, make that a little bigger. Push your heel back to make it bigger. So making that nice contact, that's a good triangle. You can probably open your hip up a little more. So some of y'all with really nice triangles can push your knee back a little bit more. Beautiful. And Jody, look at your beautiful triangle. Technically perfect. Hold the lunge and come back up. I don't say that if it's not, by the way. Straighten the right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Keep your left hip forward, lunge into the left leg. Palms forward, chin to back, right shoulder, and tilt. Again, elbow to knee gives you an opportunity to open up the left hip joint. So you can definitely open up your tight hip from all that weight training you do. Lift, so you're going to lift the chest and push the hip back with your elbow and get this nice lift and opening happening again here. Opening energy channels. You've got to actively be doing that. Hold the lunge, come back up. Stay strong in your lunge here, please. Straighten the left leg, left toes in, right foot back to left, arms over your head. Relax your arms down to your side and back in standing pose. Just one set here. Inhale the arms over the head, hands in a prayer, cross your thumbs, step 3 feet to the right. Pick up the toes, pivot on the heels to the front of the yoga room, and twist, 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 twist your hips. Get your hips centered to the front of the yoga room. Tuck the chin and look down past your collarbones, and then separate each vertebra from the last. Come down, trying to touch your forehead to the knee. Exhale all the air from the body. Draw your low abs in before you bend the knee and touch your forehead to your knee, but there's intent the entire time. So we're not coming out the flat back and then rounding, increasing the compression. Get contact. So I've got 5, 6 people forehead to shin right now, forehead to knee. And if you're not touching anything, bend the knee a little more. Try to touch your forehead to knee, but get that contact, get that choke happening. Your stance is just a little long, just a little. Straighten the right leg first and round back up. Arms with the ears, hands in a prayer, pushing through the big toe ball of the foot up. Come all the way up. When you are, pivot to the left on the heels. Get all the way up first and pivot all the way to the back of the yoga room and then twist, twist, twist. Same thing. Twist, 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 twist. Tuck the chin, right hip down and forward and round down. So some of y'all are coming down with pretty flat backs and then trying to round it at the end. That's not at all what I want. That's not what is in the system of yoga. Separate each vertebra. Look past your collarbone. Start it through the upper back, then the middle back. And get that nice tight compression. Forehead to knee, bending the knee as much as you need to. Again, I've got the same people pretty much forehead to shin. It's all good today. I'm not going to choose any battles here today. You're forehead to shin too. Lock the left leg out and round back up. Push through the big toe. Come back up. Stack each vertebra. Care about it. When you are up, pivot to the right. Right foot back to left. Arms at your side. Eyes off the floor. Standing pose. Pivot to the front of the yoga room, please. Pick up your right foot, bottom of the foot flat to the ceiling. With your left hand, bring the right heel up, and with your right hand, bring the right knee down and back. So several times, work a tight base. Then bring the right hand to heart center. Lift it through the chest. Standing half lotus is what this really is. So palm should be forward. So I want you to actually hold your foot with your hand. And the reason why is you're going to be able to bring it up higher. Now bring the heel way up high, all the way up here, and knee down and back. Feel your hip open more here, because that's what I want. I want you to stretch your hip open. And one set today. If you're going to do toe stand, both hands come prayer to heart. I think there's only 3 of you that are going to do it. Be careful with your hips since we're doing one set. If you want to do your toe stand, go ahead and own it. 2. So whatever variation, you're lifted through the chest, knees are down. Please stay in your standing half lotus. Toe stand, come back up. Just stay still. Whatever posture you're in, stay still. Standing pose, standing pose. Release it completely, standing pose. Nice. That was a great hold right there. Right foot lock, right leg lock. Pick up the left foot, bottom of the foot flat to the ceiling. Work the heel up with the right hand as you work the knee down and back. So bring it up as high as you can. Make that as compact as you can. Knee down and back. And then if you can keep the heel that high, you can bring both hands to prayer. But if it slips down even a little bit, I want you to feel the hip opener in the standing half lotus more than I'm concerned about both hands coming up to prayer. Just stand for a moment. Get nice and stable, especially if you're going to do your toe stand. Get stable here. And if you did practice toe stand on the other side, both hands come prayer to heart. Hinge at the hips and fold. Just own it. If you're going to do it, forward bend isn't a big deal for either one of you two. Come down. So wherever you're at in your practice right now, I want you to find a stability and an ease in it and a stillness in it. In the drishti, in the breath, in lifting the chest, finding a stability, stacking the shoulders over hips, both postures really getting that nice stack happening. Stay there, be focused. Toe stand, come back up. It doesn't have to be there today, that's okay. Don't be in a hurry. Settle in, please. I can feel all that. Standing pose. Dead pose. Nice standing series, folks. The yoga really starts here. Let's transition cleanly into dead pose, please. Let's all just take a moment and get grounded here on Sunday morning. I'm going to get grounded with you guys. Usually don't, but settle in. Bikram wants your eyes open here. He doesn't want you to drift off or space out. You're done with that. Nobody else is doing it. They're all in dead pose. I encourage you to close your eyes. I don't want you to drift. It's just fine to have them open. Have a drishti. Don't let them wander. Have a good drishti. Usually we feel a little more silence, relaxation when we close the eyes. I don't want you to drift off or space out either. I want you to use your breath to stay present. Not concentrating on breath, not controlling breath, innocently aware of breath. Innocently aware of breath. Intending to be still. Innocently intending to be still. Fall into the exhales. If your eyes are closed, open the eyes, find a drishti. Bend the right knee into the chest, interlace the fingers, pull the right knee into the right shoulder, flex the toes back in the left leg. Elbows closed, chin tucked. So I like a nice stretch here. We'll do one set of this. Push through the left heel, flex your toes back. I want you to pull the right knee up into the shoulder and get a stretch here. And then it's straight down. That's important. Pull hard, straight down towards the floor. The grip is a big deal here. Find a compression to your ascending colon, preparing for our spinal strengthening. Eyes on drishti, awareness on breath. And release the right leg. Bring the left leg up, change your grip. Since we're doing one set, pull the left knee into the left shoulder and then straight down towards the floor. But again, I really emphasize the opening through the hip a little more than the dialogue. I want you to get a good stretch, pushing through the heel, flexing your toes, pull the knee up into the shoulder. So the grip is part of the posture, all the way down to the webbing, squeezing it tightly, and it's the straight down that's a big deal. It's really a hard pull that we're looking for, straight down to the floor, feeling the compression. And release the left leg down. Bring both knees into the chest. Give yourself a big bear hug around the shins. Try to grab your opposite elbows if you can. The base of the neck is on the floor. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Stretch the heels towards the floor, flattening the entire spine eventually. From the base of the neck, down through the middle thoracic spine, down through the lumbar spine, till eventually all the way down to your coccyx, the entire back on the floor. We start with the upper back, then middle. Don't be impatient. If you feel like your sacrum's up off of the floor, that's where your work is, just easing that long and flat. Release the legs straight up to the ceiling, hands under the hips, palms down. Lower the legs on a couple cycles of breath. Bring your legs down. Eyes open, palms up. Practicing dead body pose. Eyes open for the rest of class, please. Cobra series. Inhale the arms over the head, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs, dive for the toes, double pump, double exhale, forehead to the knees. Lie down on your stomach, please. Hands under the shoulders, arms close, elbows high, make your cobra's tail. We're going to go boom, boom through this, guys. Exhale through the nose, squeeze your cobra's tail. On inhale, look up and pull up. Pull the elbows back towards your hips as you push the feet strongly into the floor. So push it up, pick it up, pull the elbows back. One more set of ribs. Hands on the floor for stability. Give your sacrum some stability. And come down slowly. Left ear on the ground, look right. Arms at your side, palms up. Chin flat on the floor, right into our second sets. Hands under the shoulders. Lock your legs, squeeze them tightly together. Exhale. Inhale, look up, pull up. Use your cobra's tail to access your low back muscles. Pull the elbows back. It's a flat back. It's not an up dog. It's a flat back, isolating the low back muscles. One more set of ribs up. Squeeze your legs together. Where's your cobra's tail? And down slowly. Right ear on the ground. Look left. Zip them up. I'm going to say Bikram again. In Bikram yoga, we're zipping those legs up, folks. Chin flat on the floor. It's called Cobra series. What do we do next? Pick up the hips. Bring the arms beneath the body. Probably one set here. I haven't decided yet. This is the gem of the series. We really should do them all. Relax the left leg, lock the right leg, and pick up the locked right leg. Looking in the front of the yoga space. So lock it out like a lamppost. Squeeze the quadricep against the bone. And then it's like I'm pulling you back out of your hip, out of your low back. If you have any kind of bend in the knee at all, squeeze it tightly. And bring the right leg down. Relax the right leg, lock the left leg, and pick up the locked left leg. Again, really stretching it back like I'm taking you and pulling you back. Rotate your hip down a little bit, looking for flat foot coming up over the head. Rotating the hip down to get the foot flat. Squeeze it. And bring the left leg down. Bury the face in the towel. Move your hands closer to the knees, elbows closer towards each other. Squeeze your legs tightly. Make a strong cobra's tail. Go. Inhale. Push everything up. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. You got in it early. Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Lock them. Everything you've got goes into this posture now. Push it up. Push it up. One more inch up. Legs together, please. And down slowly. Work the negative range down. Left ear on the ground. Look right. Dead body pose. Chin flat on the floor. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. This is just a 10-second posture in Bikram yoga, folks. I don't want you to think about time, though. Squeeze the legs. It's a short hold. Inhale up, everything up. Lock the legs. So what I want you to think about is your breath, your awareness of breath. Cobra's tail. Zip them up. Lock them out. So squeeze them straight. Get the bend out of the knees. You're almost in the last part of this hold. Upper thighs up, lower belly up. Bring your hands out in front of you, shoulder width. Bring the feet to hip width and lift up higher. Inhale up. Where is your new hard stop? Everybody can go deep here. Look up, lift up, everything up. Stay in posture up with breath and down slowly. Right ear on the ground. Look left. Don't hold on to it. Let it go, please. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Let your heart rate come down. We just brought it up. Now it's your job to bring it down. Chin flat on the floor. Bend the knees. Bring the heels to the hips. Grab your feet. Thumbs at the fingers. 2 inches below the toes. Feet, knees, heels should be 6 inches apart to everybody in this system of yoga. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. Press the low abdomen into the floor and kick back to kick up. The dialogue says kick back. I always say kick up. I think kick up, but the truth is you're kicking back to kick up. There's a hard stop, and then it goes up. Look up, kick it up, pick it up. Look up, kick it up, pick it up. Keep the weight forward, no rocking with a consistent kick. It should be in the soft part of the belly, and we want that bow tension, lifting the chest to bring the body forward, driving forward with the kick. And come down slowly, left ear on the ground, look right. Arms at your side, palms up. Soft and heavy in dead body pose. Chin flat on the floor. Bend the knees, bring your heels to your hips, grab your feet, thumbs with the fingers. Press your lower abdomen into the floor. Think about where you left off at, and nice and smoothly go right back there. Kick it up, pick it up. Pelvic girdle up. Kick the weight forward into the soft part of the belly. Look up, go up. So really get into that strong kick here, guys. Lift the chest, pelvic girdle up, drive it. You're in the very last part of the posture, supported with breath, supported with big muscle groups. Is this your heart end feel? That's where I want you. And down slowly, and it is. Right ear on the ground. I can see everybody's in heart end feel there, pretty much. And soft and heavy, releasing the work that we've completed. Come to the top of the towel. Bikram calls it fixed firm pose. It's a variation of Virasana. Bring the knees together. Separate the feet as wide as you need to so you can sit the hips flat on the floor. The heels should be tight against your hips, but you're not sitting on them. And then come back, one hand at a time, one elbow at a time. If it's in your practice, one shoulder at a time. It's not a competition to see if you can get there. We need to be a little bit hotter than we were today. The external environment really affects this room, and we are all set up for our hot, sunny weather. And apparently summer's gone in the Pacific Northwest, it's looking like. I hope not, but so we just have to get them on a little earlier. It was getting too hot the way we had them set them before, so it's just a finicky old building. That's just the bottom line. And come back up, one shoulder, one elbow, one hand at a time, come up. Stay there when you're up. Move to the back of the towel or mat, feet, knees, heels together, hips on the heels. And really, this is what I want coming into hero pose here. All right, inhale your arms over that. Bring your palms together, cross the thumbs, chin away from chest, hips to heels. Come forward with a flat back. Try to touch the tip of your nose to the towel, not your forehead. Tip of the nose, chin away from chest. The hands come down first, that's fine. Chin away from chest. Rotate the wrists forward. So this is a beautiful example right here, lifting the elbows, stretching the spine long, tractioning the spine. It's this wrist rotation that's doing it. If you're not lifting the elbows, another good example here of elbows up, good wrist rotation, like I'm pressing your hips to the heels. Look at all these nice examples. Elbows up, lock them out, lift them up. Stay right there, everybody. Stay right there, everybody. Keep stretching your spine long. Let me do it. Cross your thumbs. And then this. Oh, hips to heels, though. Nope. Rotate your wrists up. And then reach as far forward as you can to the front mirror. Inhale, come up, flat back. Inhale up, you can do it. Inhale up like you're lifting weights. Come up, inhale up. Don't get stuck in the middle. When you're up, exhale, arms to your side. Dead body pose. Wait for it. Don't get impatient. We want to move together. Dead body pose. Want to get into dead body pose together, come out of it together. But it should be a very organic flow. We're present with what we're doing. We just all get in this, we create this nice collective. We just kind of slip into it together. That's what's so powerful. So just let it happen. Don't make it happen. Be present and let it happen. Everything we've done warming us up for these big back bends. Inhale the arms over the head. Flex your feet back, cross the thumbs. Dive for the toes. Double pump, double exhale. Forehead to the knees. You all right, Sherry? Come to the top of the towel. Stand on the knees. Do no harm, please. Do no harm. Feet, knees, heels 6 inches apart. Support your sacrum. Lift through your thighs. Look back, go back. So again here, Bikram wants you to draw your low abs in as you're inhaling to the chest, as you're going back. Open up through the upper back is the idea. Active thighs support the sacrum. Go back supported, then reach back when your teacher tells you to, if it's in your practice today. It is not more or less correct to reach back or not to reach back. Hips forward. If you're going to do it, touch your heels. If you're going to reach back, touch your heels. Otherwise, you should be supported right now. Otherwise, you should be supported. If hips are dropping behind the knees, you should be you should be supported. And come back up supported with your hands in the sacrum is what I mean. Lift the chest, sit back, hips to heels. Everybody release it, please. And then dead body pose. Second set, inhale the arms over the head, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs. Dive for the toes, double pump, double exhale. Same yoga posture. Come to the top of the towel, own that. Own that, own that, own that. Lift through the thighs. That's one of the big rules of Bikram yoga. Own your resting postures. Look back, go back. Supported. Bring your knees a little bit wider. This a little wider out your sacrum to have some space. Look back, go back. Reach back. Don't let the hips move even a little bit. Keep that bow. So it's not more or less correct to reach back. My wife has big back bends. Sometimes she stays supported and just has this really nice big supported Salamba back bend. I think we used to have an image of it up at our old yoga studio on the wall. Go back, look back. That mural I seem to remember had her in a supported posture. Hips forward. Lift your chest up. Just everybody lift your chest up. And come back up supported. Sit back, hips to heels. Dead body pose. Just find that flow in the dead pose. Again, when you're present with it and moving with flow, it's very effortless. In and out of posture. Stillness to activity. Eventually being fully engaged in activity, doing nothing at all, acting with the body alone. This is really the goal. Bhagavad Gita 101. Inhale the arms over that, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs and dive for the toes. Double pump, double exhale. This time, come to the middle of the towel, feet, knees, heels together, hips on the heels. Fingers inside, thumbs outside. If you can't get the grip, get halfway down and try again. Tuck the chin, look past your collarbones, and separate each vertebra from the last. You've got to think the whole time about bringing forward the knees, and then walk the knees up if you need to make that contact. Get a good grip. You need a good grip for rabbit pose. Lifting the hips, pulling the weight off of the head as you squeeze the two heels together. So I should be able to come around and slide a little piece of cardboard between everybody's head and towel or mat right now. It can touch it, but really lightly. So tuck your chin. You got to tuck your chin. Tuck your chin, tuck your chin. Walk your knees up if you need to. There you go. Lift your hips up higher. So pull. So lift your hips up until the arms pull straight, and then really pull with your arms. There's a tension in this posture. The object of stretching is pulling. You're pulling. Hips to heels. Take your time to stack each vertebra coming up. Don't be in a hurry. Stay there when you're up, please. Sit down on your buttocks. Bring the right leg out to a 1 o'clock position facing the front of the yoga space. Left foot into the inner thigh. Both sits bones in the floor. Inhale your arms over the head. Interlace the fingers. Twist over the right leg. Tuck the chin and round down over the right leg. Left shoulder down and forward. Don't force anything. So you got the foot under your body. I don't want your foot under your leg. There you go. Perfect. That's what's messing you up a little bit. So pull with a little harder with the left arm than the right arm. So why don't you have your fingers interlaced? There you go. So you're going to pull a little harder with the left arm than the right arm, bringing the left shoulder down and forward. That looks good now.
and change. Come back up, arms over the head to work your abs, a little left leg out, right foot in, twist over the left leg, twist, 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 tuck the chin, round down over the left leg. Again, bending the knee as much as you need to get your forehead to knee contact. Pull the right shoulder down and forward. Stick your forehead, so tight, compact. We talked about earlier, all these postures are tight, compact. We want this to be a tight, compact posture. This looks very good. Look at all these beautiful postures. Perfect. And change. That's going to open up. Be patient, okay? Arms over the head, both legs out in front of you. Lie down on the back to realign the spine. And when it hits the ground, dive for the toes. Double pump, double exhale. Hook the big toes with your first two fingers and walk off of the sits bones. Everybody settle in here. Settle into being in yoga practice, please. Inhale, lift the chest and push through your heels. Draw the low abdomen toward the thighs and pull straight forward. Collarbones to the front mirror, chest lifted. Forehead to the mirror, collarbones to the mirror as you pull your low abdomen towards your thighs. We're after a flat back here, no rounding, so chin is away from chest, keeping the upper back lifted. Creating space right now between the discs so we can twist the spine safely in our last final spinal twist. And I think we're just going to flow right into that today. Let's come back up, release the tension. Stay there, windshield wiper your legs out a little bit. Release the tension from the hamstring attachments basically. And bend the left knee in so it points straight ahead of you. Bring the right leg up and over, ankle to knee contact. We'll give you 75 today. Right hand comes behind the back, close to the body. It's like a jack, not a kickstand. It's pushing the chest up. You're not leaning into it. Reach your left arm up and bring it up and over the knee. Push the knee back with the elbow. Try to round your hand over the knee as elbow to knee contact and ankle to knee contact is what I'm looking for. I'm going to say that again. The right hand's close to the body, chest lifted. I'm looking for ankle to knee and elbow to knee contact, like there's a rock on a rock. It's a joint on a joint. You've got it. That's nice. Inhale, like you're filling up a wash rag with water. Get nice and big. And exhale, wring it out. Look over the shoulder and twist it out and wring it out. And come back to a center position. That's a nice twist, Sean. Same thing on the other side. Unwind, bend the right knee in so it points straight ahead. Left leg up and over, ankle to knee. Left hand behind the back, close to the body, keeping the chest lifted, not leaning in to reach your right hand up, and bring the right arm over the top knee. Push the knee back. So you're keeping the arm high, you're keeping the chest lifted up and over. You're not dropping it down and picking it back up. Again, not coming out of posture to go deeper into posture. Lifting the chest, so I don't want you to do that. Your back got really round when you did that. I hope that I got an image of it because I'm going to show you. So you're only doing, Bikram doesn't call it a half bind, but it is. You're only bringing the hand behind the back is what he would say. If you can keep the spine that long and flat, I'm not a fan of it. I like the left hand like a jack, keeping the spine straight. And come back to center position. I'm not a big fan of unsupported postures. Turn around, dead body pose. I like solid bases, solid foundations. Support is great. Anytime we can get support, it's a good thing, isn't it? Eyes open, on breath. Awareness on breath, eyes on drishti. This should be the most challenging part of your class if we do it right. The truth is, it should hurt. Every repetition, everybody, you can do this. I've never lost anybody in 23 years of teaching this stuff. Inhale the arms over there, flex your feet back, cross the thumbs, dive for the toes, double pump, double exhale. Hero pose, feet, knees, heels together, hips on the heels, the hands round over the knees, the arms lock out so the spine is straight but the shoulders stay relaxed. If this is not healthy for you, sit with your legs crossed, sukhasana, or even legs out in front of you. I'm not a big fan of people sitting in this posture if it's unhealthy for them to do. Y'all have done this before. No water here. You started it. I blame you. Relax your belly out. Inhale into it. Let's work hard here, everybody. This is all that matters. Go. Upper body still, just belly. Snap it in. Keep it strong and crisp, like a march. Keep the pace, not faster, not slower. Faster. Everybody. Everybody. Faster. Dead pose. No scratching, no itching, no water, no costume adjusting, just dead pose. Close your eyes. Arms at your side, palms up. What does your body look like in dead body pose? What should it look like? What does the ideal dead pose look like right now? Make it match. Just what does it look like? That's all. That's all. So you guys are really well trained. We can get there we can either start with the body or start with the mind. It's kind of interesting because we end up in the same place with a well-trained group. What does the body look like in dead pose? And notice the mind responding to what the body is supposed to be like in my well-trained group. The mind is already entering dead pose, isn't it? Awareness goes to breath. There's a subtle intent to be still. Some people call it the subtle world. There's a subtle intent to be still. Your eyes aren't closed, close your eyes. Give yourself consent to surrender. Let go of any resistance, give yourself consent to surrender. We want to go closer than breath, nearer than near. A level of consciousness below the chatter of the left side of the brain. We want to slip to the right. And be still and be whole. We get there through process. Kriya. Through work. Action. Seated firmly in the self, closer than breath, nearer than near, that hasn't changed from your earliest childhood right now. Take a long, slow inhale through the nose. Make the lungs big and full, closer than breath. Let go and fall. Surrender into dead body pose. This is the yoga. This is not fragile. Dip the white cloth in the yellow color until it stays yellow all the time from habitual practice. And once it is done forever. This is Kriya. Namaste.